Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Shorty SX and welcome to Storytime Part 3, where I'll be telling you all about how I actually started using a sniper, or to be honest, it's more about why I actually like snipers in general and how I started using them to begin with and how I got into quickscoping. But to pick up pretty much where I left off in Part 2, where I was basically telling you guys how I grew up on games like Half-Life, Unreal Tournament, Quake, and eventually Counter-Strike. And to kind of just put things a little bit in perspective for you, like I'm going to talk about, I guess, the way I see snipers or why I find them so appealing to begin with. And the biggest part of that is actually recoil. And, well, okay, see, the interesting thing about recoil is it didn't really exist all that, well, it did exist, absolutely, but the first game I remember that was like really built around it was in a way Counter-Strike, because if you ever played that game, especially back in the day, it was literally all about recoil. Like there was very little else to do. It was all about learning how to actually control your weapon, and it was actually very ridiculous at times because for example, with the AK, which was a very popular weapon, you'd almost always do this thing where you'd be like, spraying bullets, or not even spraying, but kind of like bursting bullets and then aiming downwards to compensate for this recoil, which would always kind of kick up. And anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but the point was like everything was based around controlling recoil. And for those of you guys, who haven't played those games and you've played something like Black Ops and you think like, oh dude, Black Ops has like crazy recoil compared to Modern Warfare. It's nothing. It's not even the same league. Like if you check out Counter-Strike, it's like, whoa, what's going on? Where are all these bullets going? So the point is, at that time, when you had snipers, and the thing with Counter-Strike snipers, and I'm going to keep using that as the example here, by the way, but Counter-Strike snipers were, very, I'm sure some of you guys would say OP, because there to quickscope, you didn't have to go through this whole like, okay, I'm going to stop moving, I'm going to raise my sniper, which takes time, which takes more time than any other gun. You have to be, like, there are all these little rules. I mean, you guys know, like, that's half of what I talk about on this channel, but to do with quickscoping. And in Counter-Strike, all you had to do to quickscope was right click, left click, like with your mouse. Like, that was it. You can just go right click, left click. And your AWP, or your like extremely powerful Desert Warfare Magnum sniper rifle, would basically just shoot through anything, and it didn't have to like shoot you in the chest. It could shoot you in the foot and you'd die, like one shot. And that was the snipers, and people complained about those snipers being overpowered, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, like that's a powerful sniper, you need to tone that down. And they did eventually, but that's an entire different story. See, the thing about those snipers back then was that, unlike all the other guns, which had all the like massive recoil, like I said, like spraying everywhere. Like anyway, I was gonna say, imagine a happy kid with a hose of water and back. Anyway, not the point of the story. So, the whole idea with snipers, or why I actually think they're so, I don't know, elegant in a way, is because they don't have that recoil. They have that pure accuracy that the only way to succeed with a sniper is if you have extremely good accuracy. But at the same time, it punishes you so badly, because if you ever miss with a sniper, you're always screwed. Like, it almost doesn't matter what game you're in, but there's always that thing of like, a sniper should never miss. And to be honest, like in Call of Duty, and especially with quickscoping and stuff, I miss way more than I would have been okay. Like, especially when I started playing Call of Duty, when I still wasn't, excuse me, so much into, I guess, quickscoping or something, it was very different. Like, I was a lot more about getting the shot. Like, I would never, fire a shot that was not on target. As in, I would die before I fire a shot that was not on target, just because why would you fire the shot that's not on target? I don't know why I don't do that anymore these days. I guess I'm just trying to push myself as a quickscoper. I'm just trying to go for those shots that, are very hard to get, but I might as well try and get them anyway. But anyway, see, there's so many different topics when you start talking about one of these things, like how you got into sniping, that you can go off on tangents like every 2 seconds. But to stay on topic once again, I'm gonna pretty much say that like that's one of the main reasons. It's the whole like, you either hit and you're 100% hit, like you kill your target, or you miss and you miss, period. There's no of that, spray and pray, because that was pretty much the downside of the recoil game with something like Counter-Strike. Because in a game like Counter-Strike, you always had the people that were, frowned upon or looked down on, who were the sprayers and prayers, who basically run at you and just take the gun and hold down the left mouse button and go, ah, and like, just spray all over the place and hope they get you. And, once out of 10 times, they will get you. And man, those dogs, see, like, I am careful. I would rather die from someone else than from a dog, but you guys know that already. So I guess the point here is that, like, the snipers for me were the exact opposite of that, spray and pray mentality, as in it's hit or don't hit. And if you hit, well, guess what? You definitely hit the person, It's not like you aimed off target and it accidentally hit. No, your bullet goes exactly where the sniper's aiming. That's why it's so, I don't know. That's why it's so, I want to say risky, but it's really, I don't know. You guys get the idea. Like, that's my appeal with snipers. And it really started even back then. Like, there was a long time when I just played with a sniper in Counter-Strike. For a very long time. I mean, it wasn't against other people. We even had, like, sniper matches and all these cool things. But I don't know. Ever since then, I've always found snipers to be interesting. And it's not like I only play with them. I mean, it's also not like that in Call of Duty. I mean, to be fair, I do mostly play with them because, I don't know the statistics here, but I know I have, like, many more times, many more kills with the sniper than with all the other guns combined times 4 or something. But that's not the point. The point is that I do enjoy their guns, but for some reason, snipers have always been a cool thing. Like, I don't know, they're just my thing. And it doesn't even matter what type of snipers, because, if we're in Battlefield or in a big game where you actually have, space and you could, like, position yourself in a hidden spot and, like, just look out for enemies and snipe them down, then I'm all for that. Like, I will do that and I will enjoy it. Like, the hard scoping, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's all down to the game at the end. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry for the lack of activity, but I will be back soon. Trust me. I'm not even home right now, but see, Sunday, I promised. So I'll catch you guys next time and have a good one. Peace.